Welcome back to another episode of Sal and Pal's Go to the Movies. Today, I'll be reviewing the movie Flight Risk. So just a fair warning, there's going to be spoilers up ahead, so you've been warned. A pilot transports an air marshal accompanying a fugitive to trial. As they cross the Alaskan wilderness, tensions soar and trust is tested, as not everyone on board is who they seem. So now let's begin with my first pro. Mark Wahlberg's performance captivated me. It was weird to say the least, but it fit the role very well. Also, the way Topher Grace took all the weird lines Mark said and made Topher feel uneasy, and also made the audience feel the same way. I even read that Mark shaved his head for this role instead of wearing a ball cap, which is amazing that someone would actually do this versus going the easy way. So props to Mark for doing that. Next pro, the small cast and small stage, if you may. We have three main actors, Mark Wahlberg, Topher Grace, and Dockery, inside a small plane. So what does this mean? You have one set location to shoot from, so you need different angles to keep people's attention. And they did use different angles and kind of try to retain that attention. Next pro, the plot is simple. Marshall is taking fugitive to testify in a plane, but pilot is not who he says he is. He's there to kill and silence them both. Not much to it. It isn't too complicated that you have to be making flow charts to keep characters in check. You have a good cop, fugitive, killer, all trapped in one plane. Oh yeah, and the plane needs to be landed, but the killer doesn't want to cooperate, so that's the hook. Pretty easy to follow, if I say so myself. Now let's move on to the cons. The simple plot and time. I will continue. Like I just said, it's a simple plot, but for a one-shot TV show. For a movie, not so much. Yes, the runtime is around an hour and a half, but this could be wrapped up in under 45 minutes. I feel that they did have a good idea when they were writing the script, but once you get on the plane and it starts, the script falls apart. And even once the killer is subdued and you get Hassan on the phone to land the plane, it's all over. Why not add some backstory to the characters before getting on the plane to get people invested in them, like the marshal? Next con, I will continue about the character development. Let's go with the air marshal first. She was not developed enough, at least for me. She came in hard, didn't open up on screen or with a backstory that got people invested. The killer's a killer and he made up for it by being creepy. Winston, he has his mom's story on the side to make him look human and relatable. And even the line where he says, please tell her I did something good, if anything, lie and say that I did something good. That makes you feel for him and makes him human in your eyes, even if it's at the end. Also, even the fact that he keeps reminding the air marshal to send police to his mom's house just means that he cares for people and he's not just a dick. These small things do add up for these two characters and they make them stand out. But the air marshal, just the fact that the last person in her custody died and she did nothing and says that she just ran. Even Hassan has a better development. He wants to get some after they land the plane with the air marshal, so we know what his character is always thinking about. But the air marshal, we just needed more to her backstory to make us care. The last con, the ending, it just ended. We see the plane crash or land. Then we see Hassan running up to the air marshal. They both see each other. We think they're going to talk. Then we'll change settings and be at the trial. But no, we see her change her focus to another person who looks mad walking towards the ambulance and he's there to kill Winston. So she runs and opens the ambulance's door and shoots him in the head. Then you see her answer the phone that the killer dropped and she says to the person on the phone, it's not over. Then the film just ends. What, don't we get to know about Winston's mom if she's alive? Or do we see the trial and see the mob guy go to jail or not? Also, what about the air marshal's boss who was on the phone? Doesn't anything happen to him? We want answers, but we didn't get any. The film just ended and that's not good. So my grade for this film is going to be a 6 out of 10. Movie seemed like it was made by a kid using ChatGPT. The idea of a film being contained in a plane was great, but the script did not aid at all. It was too simple, needed more character development and something else. Mark and Topher's acting was great, but Mark knocked it out of the park with his creepiness. Other than that, I would say wait for this film to be on streaming, and I bet you will even say it's too long for a short story. So that does it for this review of Flight Risk. Please join us next time where we're going to review Love Hurts.
This little 4-foot nothing ass spider monkey ninja got hops.
Please like, comment, and subscribe. You can find our social media links below, and like always, keep watching movies.